All right, making sure we have sound here. Ramsey show ending, after show beginning. Any second? Well, there we go. Make sure we have audio. Here we go. We do. All right. Make sure we have audio. Okay. There was a little welcome in the chat. All right. So Ramsey show just ended. Now guess what? It's my turn. Alrighty, welcome to the Ramsey Show After Show. I believe I forgot to change the number on it. I think it's 368 today. Used to be able to do the show every day, but now I can only do it 1 to 3 times a month. And so in addition to this show, as far as financial advice, I also do on the weekends at Ramsey time, which is 4 p.m. Eastern time. I do answering your financial questions with Coach Steve Money, and that's Saturdays and Sundays, 4 p.m. Eastern time. As I said, the next after shows are, can't remember if I added them in the scroll yet, but that would be April 3rd and April 18th would be the next ones. Alrighty. Market report. As you can see, market up today, led by the Russell Small Cap Index. And that would be your small cap is your aggressive growth. I always forget what the other ones are. But Dave calls them the growth and income and such. And that's basically at small cap, large cap, and mid cap, and plus international are the categories that he recommends as what they are most commonly called. And again, the NASDAQ beating the 89%. You S&P only people, you are missing out. You were missing out over the last year. Oh, come on. Why isn't it? It does this sometimes. I don't know why. It won't show you. There it goes. 38% over the last year for the NASDAQ, S&P. Over the last year, 30. So you're missing 8% by not. I mean, at least do both if you're only doing S&P right now. But of course, for retirement, Dave recommends managed mutual funds, which my managed large cap funds make more than the NASDAQ does even. So how about that? Alrighty, let's see what else we got. Oh, we want to check to see who is reporting soon, or maybe even today, March 20th, today, PDD Holdings, I don't know what that is, Accenture, and Nike. Just do it. Oh, let's see if any news looks good. Federal Reserve hold interest rates steady, maintains forecast for 3 rate cuts in 2024. Okay, the dude said it seemed like they were close to lowering interest rates about a month or so ago, and so I guess not yet. New tailpipe rules that will boost EVs and hybrids. Okay. JetBlue leaving 5 cities. Glassdoor site real names added. Excellent. Good job, Glassdoor. Congratulations, you just got a drive promotion, no raise included. That does happen where you get a promotion, but you don't get more money. So you got more responsibilities, but you don't get more money. That does happen. Or say when your company fires a bunch of other people that were doing the same job that you were, and the volume doesn't stop of the thing, so the people still working there have to pick up the slack and work harder. That happens. SEC probing crypto companies and Ethereum as investigations. There's hope for ETF DEM. Yeah, the crypto bros, we'll talk a little bit more about this in a second, but crypto bros, man, government is just going to keep coming and coming and coming and coming. It's not going to be this paradise that you think it is, where government won't be all in your face, and they are going to be. They just are. It's the government. Key stable diffusion researchers leave stability AI as company flounders. Oh, okay. Must be the name of a company. Let's see what we got. Tesla, we'll see Tesla again in a second. AMD, where will AMD stock be in 3 years? People love down today, but people love the AI. So that will be fine, I believe. They love the tech, and so all the tech stocks, and that's why the Nasdaq has beaten the S&P 11 out of the last 15 years. Let's see. So most followed single stocks on the Google. Apple. What up, Anon? Blue. Yeah, I got blue today. Then you know, what is your favorite color, Anon? Apple up 1.47. Google 1.16%. Let's see, the most up today, Tesla 2.53. They generally, of these six, they generally seem to be always the highest up or down, either way. But all of them in green there, and of course, having more of that in the Nasdaq helps the Nasdaq be higher than the S&P. Alrighty. Do some new. Oh wait, did want to talk about. Oh yeah, I get it. I want to do accents. Let's see, Europe. Everything. About even there. Looks like about even there for Europe. Asia, everything up. The currencies. The euro up against the U.S. dollar. U.S. dollar had a streak to go in there for a little while. US dollar above the Japanese yen, the British pound love over that colonial dollar there. The Canadian dollar up above the colonial dollar as well, and the Australian dollarmite over the US dollar. Not quite a clean sweep, as the US dollar is still over the Japanese yen. And crypto up 9.31% currently for today, and this is just for today. It had been, let's see what the last 5 days are. It had been doing a slow drain there, which I thought might continue until the halving, as they call it, sometime in April, supposedly, is when it's estimated to happen. And something like that, and something that the whole reason that Dave doesn't like cryptocurrency is because it's not based on anything except what you will pay for it. Just like the NFTs, and that's why they went away. Because they're not worth anything except what the people buying it are willing to pay for it. And so that's fine, and that's not to say that if you didn't buy, if you bought anywhere in here where it was down, and then you sold up here at the high, you made money. Absolutely you did. There's no need to deny that. That's the facts. If you bought when it was lower and you sold at this high. The problem was, you see this halving, as it's called, where they purposefully cut it in half, and they get the gains, and then they probably buy some more at the lower prices, and then it goes back up again. And it did that in 8 months the first time. And this time took over a year to get back up to a new high. And so I'm wondering if it's going to take 2 years next time. Because we'll see when they crash it, but you can see it. I don't know if you can see it on the screen, but it basically shows it going up, and then it came back down a little bit. That's why it looks like it's two lines next to each other right there. So, and as you can see, the last 5 days is down. In the past month, it's up 30%. because it was going for a while there, but past 5 days down 2.28%. So we'll see how that goes. And so anything, it's like, because it's not based on anything, just what people will pay for it. If you look at this instead, NASDAQ, that's tech companies. So they actually have products they are selling, and it's based on the profit that they make and their future earnings that are expected, etc., etc. It's not just, oh, well, I have this thing and I think it's worth something, so I'm going to put $5 cash to get it. So here you go. And so then people keep doing that. And again, they think that it's like government proof or something like that. It's not. Oh, let's check the futures for tomorrow. What do we got? Everything up tomorrow as well. Dow Jones hit record high on Fed rate outlook, but the Fed rate outlook was, it hit a record high again? Maybe intraday. I don't know. Let's check it out. Then we'll both know, won't we? Yeah, I don't think it has ever hit. Yeah, it is. Okay, so it didn't go up much. What is it? 1.03%. I was confused by the futures number, which is a much lower percent, but still positive. And so, yeah, new high for the Dow. And that is your total market index is what that one is. So that includes everything, all of these stocks. Alrighty. Anything else I wanted to talk to about this? Oh, we looked at the futures. Yeah, all good. Okay. Alrighty. Let's do some news. Alright, so we're gonna talk about this guy. He and Dave are friends. I don't know if they are anymore, or they were, or whatever. But anyway, sometimes when he talks, he says my friend Dave sometimes. But he just does debt, and he continuously for over a decade now says, oh, the market's going to crash, and he puts a date on it, and it doesn't happen. You see this one from 2017, and about two Decembers ago? Yeah, 2 Decembers ago, he said that in 6 months, which would have been this previous May, that the market was going to be down 80%, and in fact, it was up. So he don't know what he's talking about. But anyway, he carries over $1 billion in debt, and his net worth, although the net worth reports on the internet are often wrong, it says 100 million. So over $1 billion in debt and 100 million net worth. So that means he has, I guess, the $1 billion that he owes plus in some kind of assets, plus another 100 million. So, and that has him be maybe a nice house or something like that. Maybe that has him be positive net worth. But his deal is, he says that it's the bank's problem. It's not his problem. Let's see. Favorite color, usually with black. Alrighty. Anon thinks Bitcoin will crash at the end of March. Right. And that would be early. And that's the whole problem with it. I mean, unless you're doing it for like retirement and you're going to hold on to it for 30 years, which in that case, who knows? It might be all right. Don't know. Again, depends on what the government gets involved, how the government gets involved with it. But if you're going to do that, that's okay. But I am of the opinion that most crypto holders are more like day trader mentality people. And so that involves selling at the right time and buying at the right time. And you don't have to do that in the stock market. Let's go back to that. And then we'll get back to Mr. Kiyosaki. Where are we at? Okay, so the crypto, as you can see, what you have to do, where is it? There we go, Bitcoin. So what you have to do here, go to the max. So what you have to do here is you have to guess ahead of time when it's gonna fall, or keep track of it 24/7 because it trades constantly. It doesn't stop. So it could happen while you are sleeping. So I mean, you can set it up to sell at a certain number. Absolutely, you can do that. And so some people may be doing that, especially the larger holders of it. But it could be down by the time you wake up. So if you're not doing it automatically to have it actually automatically sell for you, then you got problems. And so the idea is timing it. So again, it came back so fast the first time, and then people were a little more leery the last time, and then all of a sudden they said, okay, let's go ahead. And lately it's been going up big time. And absolutely, you can't, this is a graph here, it doesn't lie, it's facts, it's numbers. And so numbers don't lie, but also you have, this is the growth over the maximum of it. That is extremely unstable. And opposed to the market, as let's use S&P 500 for this, and the max. Oh, look at this. It's a nice steady. You don't get the ups and downs so much. It's nice and steady. There's crashes. Like here's the Pandy crash right there. Here's the Pandy crash right there. And then the inflation crash, or whatever you want to call that one, right there. And then, but now it's come back and gone to a new high. And so you get the nice steady rise. And so this is going to be there for retirement. Who knows? Who knows with Bitcoin? So it's a little bit, you know, if you're making money on it, more power to you. Go ahead and keep doing it. But it's Dave's advice not to do that. So, and I agree with him. So where were we? Okay. He predicted an epic March crash that didn't happen over and over and over again, even since 2017. We got this one. When is this one? This one is from a month ago. Everyone will be wiped out in 30 days. It's over a month now from that time. It's a month. And probably over a month. It doesn't say what date. Let's see, when's the, no, their timing is weird. It doesn't tell you exactly when. And so it may be like, it could even be a month and a half or a month and 3/4, and it won't switch to 2 months until it is actually 2 months. So this is at least 30 days, probably more. And guess what? Dow Jones to a new high. So dumb. But it's always news when he keeps saying it. So that's probably why he keeps saying it. Got to get the attention. Let's see, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert. This is from just the other day, yesterday. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. Ask who's right. He is a billionaire, $1.2 billion in debt. He's not. If he only has $1 million net worth, he's not a billionaire. Because that would be millionaire and billionaire are your net worth, so you're not. But Dave Ramsey says live debt free. Of course he does. We know that. March 16th post on X. Kiyosaki's on the X, the artist formerly known as Twitter, and so he just contrasts it. He just compares himself to Dave. Why wouldn't you if you're trying to sell books and stuff? Absolutely. Why wouldn't you? I use debt to invest. It's debt leveraging. Mr. Ramsey doesn't do that. Too much risk. His deal, though, again, like I said before, $1.2 billion in debt. And he says, where is it? For the financially educated and experienced, my advice may be better. No, the financially educated and experienced should know better. As far as that's too much risk, especially for someone who has a 100 million net worth. Now that's more than me, but I'm also have no debt at all, much less $1.2 billion in debt. And what does he say? If I go bust, the bank goes bust, not my problem. So he's not concerned if a bank goes bust. And the bank shouldn't have loaned him that much money. Absolutely not. And so that's on them. They're doing it wrong too by giving him that much money. Use it not only as a leverage tool, but also as a mean to potentially exploit tax advantages. Right. Now, everything he's doing there is bad, but You know, that's the way. But just doing it differently is one thing. Comparing him to Dave over and over, that's a different thing. Also saying that it's not my problem, it's the bank's problem. And also incorrectly predicting market crashes over and over and over and over again. Dumb. Alrighty, this is from Newsbreak. This is from field reporter Sid. The kid. Americans are paying nearly, from 15 days ago, Americans are paying nearly as much interest on credit cards and other debt as they are on their mortgages. Crazy. People crazy. That probably speaks for itself. Payments soared to a record $573.4 billion in January. Narrowly trailing the $5.78.3 billion spent on mortgage interest in the fourth quarter of last year. All right. Average American debt hit $104,215. My $0 do factor in that. Zero brings it down by a lot. In the fourth quarter of 2023, fueled by $12.25 trillion in mortgage debt. That amount far surpasses other types, including credit card debt, which stood at $1.13 trillion at the end of last year. Right. The problem is credit card debt, probably most of that is on things that will not appreciate. At least your house will appreciate, but you still don't buy like rental properties on it. They won't yell at you if you get a responsible mortgage, which in his eyes that would be a 15-year fixed mortgage where the payment's no more than 25% of your net income. Another story from Sid the Kid from CNBC. As late missed payments rise, credit card borrowers face consequences for falling behind. The CFPB stands for? I don't know what that is. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. I did not know there was a thing. I'm assuming government thing to make it look like they're trying to help. I would assume. Maybe they do help. Don't know. Let's see. They finalized a rule that would cap the late fees that banks charge customers after finding that cardholders paid a record $130 billion in interest and fees, as was their latest tally. Yeah, I mean, and I guess that would help the customers that are getting charged that. But also, you are told the fees that are going to happen. You have to sign. That's what the stuff you sign when you open the account that says you read all that fine print, and it's not the bank's fault if you don't do that. So that's on you. But that's not the only cost the Bureau found. Late fees are often layered on top of other punitive measures credit card companies impose on consumers who miss payments, including negative credit reporting, which can hurt their credit score, right? And they are supposed to report what happens. So I don't see how that would be even legal to do, because the credit bureaus are, I think, mandated to report that, to have that activity on the report. Consumers as a whole falling deeper in debt. That's right. Cardholders coughed up a record high $130 billion in credit card interest and fees in 2022, and that's why the companies can spend billions of dollars in advertising a year. Like one of them can do billions themselves, and they all do it. So that's why you constantly get hit with this stuff, especially like young people going into college. They target you. Absolutely target you. We got some Dave advice, anecdotes from Dave advice in the wild. I went today to exchange a broken controller to Walmart for a new one. And the electronics clerk said, would you like the, what was it? What do they call it? I can't remember. It's like the warranty they do for it, like the extended warranty and so forth. And he said, I wouldn't recommend it, but it's up to you. So I'm surprised that they are fine with you saying that. Maybe they don't know that he's saying that, but I just thought that was weird and pretty cool because Dave never gets any kind of warranties like that or anything else that costs extra, because it's just not worth it. Just not worth it. So that was cool. Some Dave advice in the wild. And if you have any Dave advice or anecdotes like that, where other people even are doing Dave advice, maybe not even without knowing it, you can certainly email that to me at coachstevemoney@gmail.com. Let's see. Flash says, hi, you're doing some algebra in the background, but I'm here to contribute to watch time. Thank you so much, Flash. That is very nice of you. Thanks to everybody else that has watching and has subscribed and liked and commented. That helps so much. Alrighty, back down to 990, Flash. I had the 991, but then somebody must have upset somebody, maybe with too much posting, as I try to get that last bit of hours that I need. Alright, so time for questions. And this is what I do on answering your financial questions. I don't talk about all of that other stuff unless it comes up in one of the questions. Generally don't talk about anything else, because the artist would get all of the money from the episode. I'm not even going to sing on these lives anymore. I may do one special live at one point and like sing all of them, like have a what is it, the pop collections where the kids sing the songs. Or no, the ones, just the groupings of them, but that's what I call music, that kind of thing. You could call it, that's what I call Ramsey. Maybe do a live where I sing all of them. That would be fun. Have to get with Odds and see if she can help with that. That'd be great. Or even do it and I can just hum in the background silently, very silently. All right, let's see. Did I do that one? Yes, I did. Lower paying job. Alrighty. So this is from Mary F. Hodson. Mortgage or Roth IRA or savings? 30-year mortgage at 2.99%. My monthly payment is $1,400. I bought the house 3 years ago. I only pay the minimum mortgage payment. I have about $18,000 in savings. You would need an emergency fund. Hopefully you have no other debt. $5,000 in Roth IRA, 401k. In my employment retirement plan, I put 12% towards traditional. You would want to stop that and do Roth if you can for that. 30 years old, you still have 30 plus years in the market. That's going to be a lot of growth, dog, and I would not want to pay interest on that growth. I'd rather pay it on the lower amount of contributions. Let's see, rent out my house for $2,300 in one state and live in California paying rent for $1,700. All right, that's $500 difference. That hopefully, let's see, it says one mortgage. So I hope the house in the other state is hopefully paid for, at least, but he's doing it wrong, obviously. Let's check out the rest of the question. Let's see. Oh, 41. The 30-year mortgage is a 30-year. He's not 30 years old. He's 41. So he's getting up there, but that's still 25, 26, 27, if he's going to retire at 67. Even if it's 62, that's still 21 years, and so that's leaving a lot of money on the table by not paying on the growth, by not paying taxes on the growth when you take it out, as you have to in the traditional 401k. Let's see, making $93,000 Driving old Lexus, no other debt but the house. Okay, so the one mortgage and the other house must own. Okay. If you're going to stay in California, why have another house there? I would sell that one and pay off the one that you have. Oh no, you don't have another house. You're just paying rent. Okay. My bad. Saw the 1,700 and I was thinking that's a mortgage payment. No, it's not. Okay. Should I pay more towards my principal on the mortgage and have it paid off faster? Or maximize my Roth IRA and put money into savings? You should sell it. I mean, some people might do this if you're planning on going back to that other state and live in that house at one point, or if you're trying to be a landlord. But 500, no, that's 600. Do the math correctly. Financial coach guy, do the math. It's $600 margin he has between what he's paying for rent and what he's getting for rent on the paid off house. Oh no, it's not. He's got a mortgage and he's paying rent. Okay, gosh. Pay attention. I need a nap or something. Okay, so 1,400 paying for that. So he's paying 1,400 for my, so that's 900 difference there. Plus he's paying 1,700. Yeah, I'm selling the one in California or the other state. And if it's not California, most likely you can get a decent house for a decent price at the time whenever you decide to move there. Let's see. Late start on retirement. Okay, should I put more toward my principal on my mortgage and have it paid off faster, or maximize my Roth IRA? Yeah, you wouldn't do that because that's a rental now. Your mortgage is a rental now, and so that would go, that's baby step 2, because rentals or businesses, all that stuff goes in baby step 2. Able to save about $1,500 a month that I can put toward mortgage, yeah, I mean, if you're not going to follow Dave's advice, the next best thing would be to get that, since you have no other debt, which is great. Make sure you have a full emergency fund, because you have a house that, so, you know, one roof could wipe out that $900 difference there from what you're paying, from what you're getting for the rent, and then plus you're paying. So I mean, overall, it's $3,100 out the door for your living expenses, which is rent plus your mortgage on the rental, and then $2,300 getting paid there. So yep, doing it wrong. So Ramsey advice would be to sell the rental always. Rentals in cash. And you don't just decide to become a landlord if you're going to just move to a different state. You got to want to be a landlord first, and you got to consider all the things that could go wrong. And if he has somebody else managing it, that's taking more money away than just the, remember, what was the difference? $900? If he's paying somebody to manage it, that's even less. He's getting the $900 profit a month. Saving myself from debt. Oh, I'm showing $9.91 on your end. All right, you probably refreshed it since I have, so maybe somebody new. Subscribe. Thanks for the update, Flash. Saving myself from debt. Shappy4 is the user ID, and that's a good thing to save yourself from. I was planning on going to college. That was $20K a year because I thought that's what I was supposed to do. But after learning how student loans cripple you financially, I'm instead going to join the Carpenters Union and avoid all that student loan debt. That's great. Carpentry also may not be for you, but you'll find that when you go to join the Carpenters Union and start doing it, you certainly will. But that's free. You get to do that and they actually give you money while you figure out if you like it or not. And then you can always change after that. So yeah, college isn't necessary for everybody. You can do trade schools even. or just like this gentleman or lady, doesn't say. Women can be carpenters if they wanna. Old Son 223, how to climb out of debt. Well, you get the ladder and then you start going up and then you hit the Y button and then they go up the ladder faster. Let's see, 25 man here, have my bachelor's degree in business admin and associates in both automotive and diesel technology. Interesting combo there. Currently make about 50K a year as a mechanic at a dealership. Right? I have no student loan debt. Excellent. No car payment. Excellent. No snap-on tool bill. That is the most excellent part of it. Because most people think they have to do that, and guess where that goes? Do you think that's cash flowed for most? No, it's not. I have 10K credit card debt. Doot, 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 doot. Which is tanking my Vantage score. I don't care about your Vantage score. What do? Said what do? Minimum payment roughly $230. I try to at least pay $300 if funds are available after my rent, $650 and other bills, utility. Once it looks like I've made a small dent in it, the interest charges another $200 plus, and I'm back to the balance I had the month before. Yeah, you got to really crank up on that thing. Yeah. You got to make it go away bad, and then when you make it go away, your Vantage score may come up a little bit, but then it's going to go back down because you're not interacting with debt anymore. If you're going to pay attention to what Dave's advice is. The Real Batman 3. I don't know about that. I don't know if he's on the Reddit or not. Marriage would put me back to baby step 2. That does happen sometimes, and the person has to be worth it. I'm 26 man, and my girlfriend is 27. We've been dating for 1 year. I rent, and she owns a small townhouse, and the thought of marriage scares me because I'm bringing more savings to the table and am overall more financially responsible / educated. I want to have this conversation with her, but don't want to come off as arrogant when saying you've essentially made some stupid financial decisions. Just tell her she's doing it wrong. It works for me. Of course, I'm not trying to date or marry these people. And I want you to get on board with this new way of viewing our future if we want a chance at building wealth. Ladies. So if you were doing your thing for a while and stuff seemed to be going all right, maybe it is for her, and some man came up to you and said, you've essentially made some stupid financial decisions, and I want you to get on board with this new way of viewing our future if we want a chance at building wealth. Well, how would you ladies respond to that? I'll wait to see if they respond. Let's see. So she grew up poor in a blue-collar family. She was used to being aware of lack of money. And so, but that could easily lead to... Oh, there's a bunch of stuff here. Aware of finances, everyone in her family loves expensive vehicles, right? She makes around $45K and recently bought a $26K car, right? That's how she was brought up. They probably told her you're going to have a car payment the rest of your life. They probably told her little man can't get ahead. They probably told her all that crap. Just because they didn't want to say no to themselves and drive a $5,000 car. Yeah. Okay, so I'm not sure how much this was, but her justification, there's always justification. Oh, she lives in a townhouse she bought for $190K and added most of the initial renovation cost to her mortgage. Yep. Her justification is it needed it, and her family is handy, so it helped her fix up for less. Well, that's great, but still, you wouldn't do that. You would buy a townhouse that is available, ready to move in. I want her mindset to shift to, I'm sure you do, my brother. I'm already in over my head with monthly car payment. I can't afford renovations until I'm out of debt. Correct. Has she done them already? You said this was, so she's done them already. So, I mean, are you saying like if a similar situation you want them to come up? Contrast my situation. I'm sure you're great, sir. $90K a year. Have paid off $15,000 car. Currently rent for $1,600. Have $100K in a high yield savings account. Not inherited. All saved. Excellent. $20K in a brokerage. $30K in Roth IRA and $70K in my 401K. Is the high yield savings account all emergency fund? You probably don't have, probably over saving. Is he renting? He's renting, okay. So maybe that's some of that 100K is to buy a house. But you should have the full emergency fund. 6 months if you're planning on buying a house. Too long, didn't read. Too late for that. I'm scared that going into marriage, my years of frugality and hard work, saving, investing will be reverted by someone who wants nice toys. Family has expensive cars, trucks, and boats. I also realize it's wrong to demand she follow what I say. That's not fair, but it's a deal breaker if she can't adopt or at least understand why I think all of this is stupid if we want a chance at becoming millionaires. All right. And so, I mean, this is kind of the same as, it's like, well, not really, but it reminds me of when one spouse hears Dave Ramsey and figures out it's a good idea and then immediately wants the other spouse to jump on board. The other spouse is exactly how you met them when you met them. You're the one that changed. You're the one. The impetus is on you to adapt and communicate and compromise with her. The 3 C's: communication, compromise. And if you can't do those 2, you need to do the 3rd C, which is counseling. But yeah, so I mean, the way you're talking about it, if you're talking about a deal breaker, then yeah, just talk to her about it. Maybe not be so forceful with it like you are. But you can tell her, it's like, you can say, this is the way I've done finances in my life, and we're gonna have to find a compromise between the way that I do things and the way that you do things. Or you can decide, you can do this, you can decide that that is a deal breaker, but then you might not get married in that case. So here you go. Marriage putting you back into step 2 isn't a bad thing necessarily. It does put you back on baby step 2, so you do have baby steps to go that you wouldn't have had to go through other than that person. But if you're going to hold that against them, and if it's, like I said, if it's a deal breaker, if it's going to cause you so much stress and you can't compromise with them on, even meeting halfway, then, it's best if you don't get married, for sure. Like, who was at the Ramsey Studios? I'm not clicking on that link. It's from the gram. Let's see, is it really from the gram? Oh, you can't. It doesn't show the actual link. Assuming that would be the actual link, though. But I don't know who that was. And people go there all the time. AO, maybe? Sam? Well, let's see, 4 days ago? No, it wouldn't have been that. Where do you keep your money for quarterly tax estimates? You can do a high yield savings account for that, but if you have to make quarterly payments on that too, you're only going to get 3 months of interest at the time. So it may not be worth it to do high yield interest, but you can if it's worth it to you. 1099 contracted employee setting aside 30% of each paycheck for taxes. I keep the money in an account linked to my checking account at my brick and mortar bank. Would it be better to keep the money I set aside in a high yield savings account like Ally and then keep just transfer the estimated quarterly tax amounts to my brick and mortar bank account to be pulled from there when paying quarterly taxes. Yeah, you got to read the fine print on that, whether you can easily do that, for one. It depends on the bank. I'm assuming Ally, you can connect to your bank. And so theoretically, that wouldn't be a problem. So, and also if they don't have a minimum, because if you're taking out that whole 30% that you're saving every time and only leaving a little bit in there, that could be some kind of fee. And guess what? You agree to that when you sign up for it. When you say, oh, I'm not reading that, and you scroll down and you just click accept, guess what? You've agreed to all of that stuff you didn't read. What would Dave do? Flare. And so, yeah, you can do it. Just read the fine print on the high yield savings account and find out what's up with that. What up, Maddie? What up, Clay? Mama call him Clay, Daddy call him Clay, I call him Clay. Thanks for dropping by, Clay. Flash headed out to go eat dinner. Didn't invite me. You having barbecue back there and you didn't invite me? Hurt my feelings. As a football announcer said that one time. Thanks for dropping by. Did I miss you? 3 minutes from Clay, hopefully. Yeah, Clay's still there. Cool. Who's that guy sitting in the chair? That's me sitting in the chair. There's not another chair. Behind me is my couch, and on the end of that is like a cushiony thing that I have folded up in the corner that's black. I appreciate you saying hi, Clay. That's very nice of you. Very kind of you. Subscribe if you haven't. I'm 9 away from 1,000. If you have subscribed, obviously, much appreciated. This is a promotion. Gonna skip that. Managed to cut my average monthly spending to sub $1,000 from $4,000. Well, that is excellent, and that is what we call a mindset change, my friends. That would be your drastic actions, and that's going to lead to drastic results as you are able to apply $3,000 a month to your baby steps. Took a bit of an adjustment. Guess when I ran into Dave's YouTube channel? Yep. But damn, I didn't realize how much of a wasteful A I was. Yeah. Yep, it's like you getting a raise. Second class citizen, baby step 6, feeling like it is taking forever. Has anyone found a good way to make baby step 6 feel better? We're both 34, within 3 years of being baby step 7. Excellent. But it seems like it is taking forever. We've been steadily on the baby steps since 2017. All right. Well, yeah, I mean, that can happen because that's going to be your longest, that's going to be the thing that's going to take the longest to do. You hope baby step 2 doesn't take longer than baby step 6 does. Baby step 2 paying off all non-mortgage debt. Baby step 6 paying off the house as soon as you can. Paying it off earlier. And so, yeah, the dealio with those, let's scroll. They have those on this side. There we are. Somewhere on here. There we are. Here's your rules. Respect, be constructive, be civil. We know you don't like the personalities. No affiliate links, referral codes, or spam. They were nice enough to let me post my most recent Ramsey song, which was That's what gives financial peace. And that's what gives financial peace. Doom, 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 doom. I see you stressed. I'm #dust. And anyway, so check that out in my music playlist on youtube.com/coachstevemoney. No malicious behavior or trolling. If only. No political food fights. Don't ask questions that the frequently asked question addresses. Right. I bet that happens all the time. Well, I mean, the baby steps are right here, so sometimes it's just, what should I do? Well, right there. So yeah, but like, you know, a thousand, as fast as possible. I mean, that generally goes by pretty fast. And pay off all debts, smallest to largest. Now that can take a while. But then once you get over the hump and then you're not paying debt off anymore, you're paying yourself by expanding that $1,000 emergency fund into a full emergency fund, 3 to 6 months of expenses. And then investing 15%, that doesn't take any time at all. You just start doing that out of every paycheck. Addressing kids' college, you just start doing however much you need in order to have enough for them to go to college when they are 18. And then to pay off the mortgage early, the thing is you're doing steps 4, 5, and 6 all at the same time. And so you may be doing what is fine to do, which is taking vacations, going out to eat more than once a week even. You may be spending money on all kinds of stuff that you just have to say. Every time you think about it seems like it's taking forever, then you need to think the next time you think, do I want to go on this vacation or have the house paid off faster? Do I want to go out to eat or have the house paid off that much faster? Do I want to do this or pay the house off that much faster? And of course, you do have to compromise with your spouse on that if you are differing about that. So like if you're eating out 3 times a week now, then maybe you eat out 1.5 times a week instead, that kind of thing. Like maybe you go once and she can go by herself once. How about that? Out with her friends or something like that. It's the same as always with spouses. You got to communicate, compromise, and if you can't compromise, it's time for counseling. Professional dude 1 on to baby step 3B. Excellent. We made it. We did it. Lois Seema, we did it. Little Dora the Explorer for you there. My wife and I have our 3 to 6 month emergency fund, all funded, $10,000 in a high yield savings account. Hopefully you have instant access to that. You have to have debit card or check writing privileges on that because emergencies do not wait for I need to get a t-shirt with that. Emergencies do not wait for a 1 to 3 day transfer. And now we're on to saving for a down payment for a house. Excellent. So good job on finishing step 3. I would recommend if that is not a 6, you left it vague there, saying 3 to 6 months. If that is not a 6, I would have all 6 before I even thought about buying a house. So that means before you start saving for the down payment on that, you build that emergency fund up to 6 months. Dating someone with debt. And so this is like the same thing, except they're not quite getting married. They're just dating. This is from Sweet Tambourine. Dating someone with debt. Okay, I met someone when I was 19 years old and now I am 30, okay? So that was, doing the math, 11 years ago. See, I can do it. I'm qualified to do financial stuff. We kept in touch but didn't date because I didn't want a relationship. Friend zone. Down, 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 down. Now I am considering giving him a chance. All we are saying is give him a chance. The problem is he has debt. Beep, 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 beep. Credit cards, missed house and car payments. He emptied his 401k to find the down payment for the house. Among other things. He believed that maybe he wouldn't live until he's 65, 67, so he wouldn't need a 401k. You can't count on that. He keeps on asking for me to be with him. But I'm scared because of his financial situation. Should I leave my country in Europe to be with him in the USA? You should not even leave one state to go be with some people. But sometimes you do it. And you can just, you just have to move on from that. You just have to admit you made a mistake. Mistakes. You look in the mirror and you say, "It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me." And you admit you made the mistake, and then just try not to make it again. You try to fix it and not make it again. And that's what I'm doing. But I mean, it's up to you how important it is. You need to talk to him ahead of time and seeing if he's at least going to meet you halfway on this Ramsey advice stuff. As far as the debt's concerned, at least meet you halfway. And if that's something you can live with, if he has to completely do a 180, that is hard for people to do. You do have to have a moment, and it can't be brought to you by someone you know. Generally, it has to be Dave yelling at you, and then you finally get it. That kind of thing. Or me telling you you're doing it wrong. I don't know if that works or not. I don't have any stats on that yet. Maybe one day. But I mean, and you're saying considering giving him a chance. So I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but it doesn't sound like you're definitely down with it. Otherwise, even if there was no debt. So, or if that's the only reason, then again, you can talk to him about it and see what you think about that. You can try it, but the debt is one thing too, but the leaving your home country to live with him in the USA, that is huge. And so all that, you guys need to work that out. You guys need to spend a long time communicating and compromising and so forth. And you got to be really, really sure, because guess what? Over the internet, my boy. I mean, have you even been with this boy in person? Because he's a man now. Have you even been with him in person ever? If you haven't, you have no idea what it's going to be. People can be totally different online. You have no idea what could happen. So he could say all the right stuff, and then you get there, and then he doesn't, and you left your home country to go to another country for that which he may not be honest about what he's going to do regarding finances, and you may not like the country. You may not like the USA. I love it, but you may not. So there's way, way too much going on here. And this, so this would be good for John Deloney to do. I'm sure he's done this kind of call before. All right, let's see. And thanks again to Clay for dropping by before leaving work. Thanks so much. Patches 6877. Come on, why is that not going away? There it goes. My husband and I had really bad credit card debt. I'm unsure what our highest total balance was, but at one point I wrote down $38,000. With interest, we probably paid into the 40s. Yep. That's how they get you with the interest. As of this week, they don't just give you the money and say, you can pay us back whenever you want. We won't charge interest. It's worth it to them to give you that much money because they can get the interest. And yeah, it's probably well into the 40s, I would imagine. As of this week, that balance is now 0. Excellent. And so, on one hand, it would be good to know. I couldn't tell you what our highest total balance was either for highest debt. I do know the total amount, which was $72,000. And so that was actually not that bad. There's a whole bunch of people with way, way more debt than that. And so we did get it taken care of. But the highest one, I don't know. If I had to guess, I'd probably say one of the ex-wife's student loans. But we did it. We got it all done. Let's see. We slowly paid off $10K last year while adjusting to Dave Ramsey's method. We enrolled in FPU this past summer. Game changer. Buckle down had and paid off the remaining $28,000 in 9 months. Excellent. Cut up the cards into 1 million pieces. Never going back. I still can't believe we did it. We did it. Lois Sema, we did it. I'm super happy. I'm super happy. We found this community. Moving on to student loans next. Oh, they're still not done with student loans. All right. Wish us the best. Absolutely. You can do it. You did the 98,000. You can do that as well. I did just want to say, a lot of people complain about, oh, FPU, you're supposed to be paying off debt and you want to charge for FPU. If that little bit of money helps you pay off $28,000 and the rest of the student loan debt, it's worth every penny that you would pay for Financial Peace University. Absolutely it is. Ghost Matcha? Stuck in payday loan, identity theft, and pummeled credit card due to fraud. Basically bankrupt. Hi, this is my first time posting on the Reddit. In September 2023, took out a payday loan. That's like where you take out the loan for $3,000. They give you $3,000 and you owe them like $5,000 or something ridiculous. For working capital. Yeah, this is why you build businesses at the speed of cash. No loans for business. And you may say in your head, oh, this is a business. This is a business loan. I don't have any loan. You're the one that signs for it. It's your loan. However, unexpectedly had a personal health issue, right? And you may have health issues. This is why you do not do that, which forced me to take a 2-month work leave. During this time, the loan collectors continued to withdraw from my account. Of course they did. Daily, draining my cash as I was able to generate income. Upon my return to work, I was hit with a cybersecurity attack during the Black Friday weekend in November 2023. As a result, I was unable to access my accounts or generate revenue from November to January once again. Maybe step 1. Yeah, you got to get that identity thing straightened out and just try to live first, the 4 walls. But then you would try to rebuild, doing the baby steps in order. Budgeting app. California Phil. Is it like Puxatawny Phil, but more taxes? Is that what that is? 5412. Puxatawny is in, I think, Pennsylvania. Budgeting app. We bank with a very small local bank that we can't seem to sync with every dollar. Well, your very small local bank may not have that capability. Or every dollar, or they're not big enough to be able to sync with every dollar. That could be an every dollar thing. That could be your local bank thing. Probably your small local bank thing. We can, however, sync it with a competitor app. Okay, so maybe it is every dollar, and they don't have a deal with every single bank to do that. Perhaps it's a tech issue that we can resolve. That's possible as well. But if not, but if you can sync it with another one, then it's probably nothing on your bank's end. Probably, but you could still have them check it out. Perhaps it's a tech issue that we can resolve, but if not, does anyone have any recommendations for budgeting apps beyond every dollar? Thanks. No, I don't. I tried every dollar, didn't like it. I went back to my spreadsheet. There's probably not one. I would have to build the app to do what I want it to do. So I just went back to my spreadsheet. So I don't know. There's others. Mint Mobile, Mint itself just went out of business. They aren't doing the app anymore for that. There's what is it? YNAB. You need a budget. That's the only one I can think of right now. Let's see. Do we need to drop the term millionaire from society? The general consensus I have heard through conversations with other subreddits is that being a millionaire today is stupid easy, and many people are millionaires that shouldn't be because of home equity, etc., etc. No, there's no need to drop it. Why don't we just use it like the definition is, instead of like the current administration in the White House now, where they changed the definition of a recession for some reason. Probably, just hear me out, probably for political gain. You think that's why? Fly as a falcon. All right, investing high yield savings account, interest in a Roth IRA. Hi everyone. Hey guys. In 2023, I opened a Roth IRA. Congratulations. I'm also saving up for a down payment on my first home and parking that money. Get out of the car, go into the house. In a Roth IRA with a goal to buy in 2024. No. You will have to pay the interest on that. You'll have to pay the capital gains on that growth, my friend. I mean, even if it's not going to be much since it's this same year. So yeah, did they not tell you there's going to be a penalty on that? Because it's not retirement. So you'll have penalty and taxes to pay on that. Hopefully that leaves you some. Hopefully there are good mutual funds in there. For context, I'm going to be turning 25, just a baby, in a few weeks, and currently renting an apartment. I've got around $23,000 saved for my down payment. So far, getting 4.5 interest through Marcus by Goldman Sachs. I'm not exactly sure what my down payment is going to be. It should be at least 10% for a first-time home buyer, but 20% if you want to avoid having to pay PMI, which is private mortgage insurance, which is insurance for the lender, not for you, the buyer. And you have to pay for it. Isn't that great? Since I'm still looking at what I might want in a future homes and prices in my area are absurd, so I may end up waiting another year to save, a larger down payment, yes. But saving it in a Roth is bad. High yield savings account is going to be the best you can do. Otherwise, a traditional brokerage account, but you have to have at least 5 years before you're going to buy. Before that to be worth it, because the market could be down right when you want to buy. So that would be a negative to do that. No. You're doing it wrong. Zeratul. 277. Ramsey's plan isn't for me. Rant. I feel like I'm the only person who talks about the plan and lives it. Oh, okay. No, some of us also do that. I know you feel again, people have to accept that we are the weird ones doing Dave Ramsey's advice. Nobody else is doing this. Only the weird people. So you gotta embrace being weird and just accept it. And so you're not gonna hear anybody. And so that's why you should go in this subreddit and go maybe join the Facebook group, which is the run by Ramsey Solutions. Is the Ramsey Baby Steps community. Come into the chat. We're in there all day, not just right before the show starts, but we're in there all day. And so you can come and fellowship with us. And we know, because we're doing it too. So we know what it's like. And so people don't get it. People don't understand the whole thing. If they've been told one thing their whole lives, and then somebody says, oh, you don't need to do debt because you don't need a credit score. You can live life without it. And they're like, what? So yeah, I know plenty who know the plan, but will say it's outdated. Sure they will. They'll say anything about it. They will say absolutely anything about it. It still works after 30 years. Still does. If it makes them feel better, Dave's going to update somehow. I don't know what the updates are. There's no announcement what the updates are, but he's going to do an updated total money makeover. So we'll see if any of the advice changes. We will see. To be continued. But we'll say it's outdated. But this one is from a guy I knew in college. Yeah, and you can't make him do anything, even if you know and I know that it's the best thing to do. It's the best thing to do to follow Dave's advice. But you can't make people do it. Not even spouses. He got a new job that pays way above median. Here it's $58K as of 2023. He'll make 6 figures this year, or per year, in a few years. Okay, not yet, but soon. He has a way to get to work, but complicates it if you press him on it. So he needs $17K to fix his toy car to commute. Then get an $80K for a pickup, $80K loan. Then $25K for a muscle car to commute in. Debt in this case is good, so he can commute and tug his family around town. That's not what this poster saying that's what he's saying. The guy is saying, yeah, what would Dave do? Dave would say he's not following my plan. I would say he's doing it wrong. And he would say Ramsey's plan isn't for me, probably. And so you got to just, decide. Generally, I'm friends with people that don't do Dave's advice. So I can still be friends with them. Obviously, I wish everybody would follow Dave's advice. That is never going to happen. That's never going to happen. You know why? The credit card companies spend billions each on advertising. Dave doesn't spend that much on advertising. So the debt thing is going to keep happening. And so we're going to continue to be the weird ones, and you just have to embrace it. And know that you're doing what's best for you and your family and everybody else. You can be a good role model. You can tell them what you've done. You can give them the Dave point of view on things. But you can't make them drink after you lead them to water. If you've led them to water, you've done all you're required to do, and sometimes you just need to wash your hands of it and walk away. Sometimes, but you can still be friends. So you just have to not be so invested in his life where that happens. So you just gotta divorce yourself. You control what you can control. Him, you can't control. So let it go, let it go, let it go. All right. That probably wasn't close enough to the recording to get me copyright infringed. So I'm good there, I think. 24 years old, current Roth IRA consists of, I don't know what these are. These stock ticker symbols are. If they're probably funds, I think. The X one, the ends in X, I think are target date funds. I think it's selling all three and going with a target. Is it aggressive enough for my age? No way. Also, if I do this, does this mean I can't add anything else for 2024, or is rebalancing separate than the 7K? Yeah, you're not. Yeah, that is it's the 7K is what you can put into the account. That's your contributions. You can do the contributions. You selling one fund and buying another fund isn't part of that 7K because you've already contributed all that money, so all that's already counted. And so yes, everybody doing getting ready for taxes next month. Remember, always contribute the max for the previous year first until you max it out. And the reason is because you could make more money this year and be able to max this year out as well, even before the new year. So you want to do that. You want to not have that deadline pass and you've been doing 2024 since January, and then you run out of Roth IRA room and you have more money. That's a great problem, but then you don't get the best tax advantage of it by having it in the Roth. You would have to put it into something else. 16. We'll go about another 15 minutes. Yeah. David Trusty. David Trusty. Right? Wells Fargo mortgage transfer. I received a letter today from Wells Fargo about my remaining mortgage in my primary home. Hopefully you don't have a secondary home either unless you paid cash for it. And you shouldn't have done that until you paid off the mortgage on your primary home. Sir, you're doing it wrong. So they are transferring the service of my mortgage to a Mr. Cooper at a P.O. box in Dallas effective April 1st. That sounds like a scam to me. Advice, it sounds like a scam to me as well. So you see, what you do there is you call Wells Fargo and you say, what up? What up, what up? Just like my pal, John Deloney, who actually was in my chat one time. I wasn't very nice to him. I thought he was a troll. That is my bad. That's on me. If a Ramsey personality comes into your live stream, into your chat, be nice to them is my advice going forward. Can't go back, can't change it. I could just be different if it happens again. Quote medium, and he reacted positively to my John Deloney song, which is also in the music playlist on youtube.com/coachstevemoney. I'll show you that on the way out. I've got $50K saved for my mortgage, $85K left at 4.8% interest. Should I pay off $50K now? Yes, if you have debt. Pay off what? $50K saved for mortgage. Yeah, you don't save it for mortgage is 3B. That's after full emergency fund and after paying off all non-mortgage debt. So you would pay off $50K now. Unless you're talking about on the house. I don't know what that means. Or invest in stocks like Tesla and Apple. You can do a large cap mutual fund. That's what Mr. Ramsey would recommend. My emergency saving I have my emergency saving place. Look for the advice as the best move. I don't know what we're paying the $50K on. If there wasn't 50 comments, I would check to see if he clarified that. But if that's debt, you're doing debt first before you start saving a down payment, sir. You're also using the emergency fund, except for $1,000 to pay off your debt if you have it. If not, I don't know what you mean by pay it off now. Don't know what you're talking. Oh, and until I save the remaining 30K or invest in. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, dude. Gonna have to be more clear. Growth aggressive. Aggressive growth is one of the mutual fund types that Dave Ramsey recommends for investing in retirement. How to budget? Well, let's see what he says. I'm trying to figure out how to budget my personal expenses and my business expenses at the same time. I have two separate accounts, but I plan to use the Dollar app for my personal expenses. How do I factor in my business expenses? You could do that as a separate line item. But the business basically should be run completely separately. My weekly income fluctuates week to week, but I usually, meaning as far as the business is concerned, the only business part you should have in your personal budget would be the income from it. And so if you need to keep money in the business, that's your personal money, and so you take less of an income, you just put the income that you get and the rest of it stays in the business budget. Should I just pay myself a flat weekly rate and budget that into my personal and let my business account pile up? I don't know what you mean, let it pile up. Yeah, if you're talking about like taking every cent that it makes, yeah, you shouldn't do that. You should have a business emergency fund, which is called retained earnings. You should do that. Theoretically, best case scenario, you would be out of debt before you did business starting, so that you can take all income and put it only into paying off debt. But maybe, to give them the benefit of the doubt, maybe this person started the business and he is making more money this way doing his business. And so that's fine. So what you would do if that's the case, you would, again, you keep it separate. And so any money that you need to keep the business running, you keep in the business, and you don't like give it to yourself as part of income and then have to, I got to put money back in the business. No, and that's why you have the business emergency fund. So you need to establish the business emergency fund, which in business is called retained earnings. And that means you're not throwing them right back out the door and as a form of income or buying new equipment or buy more product or anything like that. You're keeping it for when the business has a down time. Let's do one more here. All right, and we will pick up with these exact questions. I will start on this next one. What is it? Struggling to effectively budget. I will do that one on Saturday. During the answering your financial questions with Coach D Money, where I don't do any of the other pre-talking that I did. I only do these questions on that, and that is Saturdays and Sundays at 4 p.m. Eastern Time is when that happens, both days. All right, y'all. Here's a fun, interesting question. All right, let's see. Downtown DRT. So, my wife and I have been rocking through the baby steps. Excellent. Rocking in the free world. It's been great and has truthfully helped our marriage in a great many ways. That's excellent. That's when they start to do Dave's plan, many couples talk in a way that they have not ever talked before, and it does help many marriages. And Dave found out that I mean, he was surprised. People would constantly tell them, "You saved our marriage," like that. And so let's say I'm the spender, she's the saver. Okay, we do. So you're the problem. So just kidding. We do the envelope system. Each different line item in our budget has an envelope, right? Fun money, grocery, gas. So we budget $20 per person each week for fun money, and that's fine. Whatever you agree to. It's been working out well for a while now, but I'm tempted by the fruit of another. Tempted to offer an alteration. At our next budget meeting, as of the last few months, we have been doing more, well, going out kind of things, less dinner date things, but these are, so you've been doing more than the $20, and that's going over the budget, so yeah. If I agreed to a budget and the other person, I stuck to it and the other person didn't, I would not like that at all. Let's see, more like, oh, our church is having a card night, right? Your budget has to include money for, oh, all of a sudden our church is doing this, which means we have to spend money. All of a sudden my family is doing this, so we have to spend money. You have to agree on an amount for that as well. It's all about compromise. Yeah, that sounds like fun, yeah. Or other things like that. We've been using our fun money for these things because, well, they're fun money things. Absolutely. My thing is, this then takes away from our $20 a week number. Yeah. You know, it's not like each other fun money thing we do the math and go, oh, well, looks like this 14.50 week now. Right, so it makes the grabbing of my fun money on Monday morning when I leave for work thing difficult. My immediate thought is pitch a new envelope that is like our fun money, and then we can determine a number for it. Oh, like so you have each 20 a week each, and then a different number for our fun money. That's fine as well, whatever you can agree on. You can pitch anything you want at budget time. And then you make while you're making the budget, you're the boss of your budget. So both of you are the boss of the budget. But then after the budget made, the budget is the boss of you, and you guys haven't been letting it be, it doesn't seem like. Because when things come up, that way we can have our own fun money. We can also have cash set aside for other things that we're both doing. All the debt we have left as our mortgage. So it's definitely doable. Darn right it is. Yeah, thoughts and advice is welcome and appreciated. Thoughts and advice would be more than one thing, so that we thoughts and advice are welcome and appreciated. But yeah, so yeah, you just talk about it, and you've obviously communicated getting all the way to step 6. I assume you have. So this is no different than anything else. So because you're in 6, it may be more difficult to stay as intense. I get it, and stay on the program, but you should still stay on the program, and it should still be a budget that you two agree on. I don't need to be a part of it. Nobody else does either. You two need to talk about it and come up with something you can agree on for that. But I think the third fun money envelope is a great idea. Cool. Alrighty. Coach Steve, let me refresh this and see if I'm indeed at 991. I'm at 992. Need 8 more. Excellent. All right. So, look, the Ramsey Show Aftershow show, and it is number 368. I need to change that. And the next 2 after shows are going to be April 3rd, a Wednesday, and an April 18th. That would be a Thursday. And so, plus the Ramsey Show after show shows are, nope, that's this show that I'm doing now. The weekend shows are Answering Your Financial Questions with Coach Steve Money, and that's 4 p.m. Eastern Time on both Saturday and Sunday. If you scroll down past the hit Oak Island stuff, that's where I get most of my views and subscribers and watch hours from, but I still love the Ramsey stuff and we'll continue to do it. Live streams, playing Tomb Raider Anniversary now. I'm going to play the most recent Tomb Raider game with a much better graphics called Shadow of the Tomb Raider soon. Answering Your Financial Questions is this program, and below that is the music playlist, and here's a bit of that song. Nope, I got it muted. Is best, keep college next, then mortgage next. Build wealth and give is what Dave Ramsey direct. Okay, so I'm not a singer, but you get it. You can just sing it yourself if you want to. You can mute me and sing it yourself when you hear it on the radio, the actual song. That's what makes you beautiful. By One Direction, kids, you can sing my words to it, or at least have them in your head. And many people have complained to me about that. When they hear the actual song, they hear my lyrics instead. And below the music, more of these shows, Ramsey Show, After Show. Again, this is the 368th. And when I copied and pasted this into the Restream website, so it puts it on both the Twitch and the YouTubes. I did not change the number to 368, so that will have to happen. Beyond that, yes, I play computer games. I do tech support. I used to do it. I haven't done that in a while though. I do still know how to do tech support. Maybe I'll get back into that at some point as a career. But yeah, you've seen the scroll going by. That shows all of my stuff. I did add the new after show shows to the scroll. All right, how about me? Congratulations to me. I did something I was supposed to do. Yes. Alrighty, so I think that will about do it. Oh, I guess I could run through my plugs. I didn't do it at the halfway mark like I want to, but I will do it now. Why not? Where is that? Oh, gotta be on the right spot. There it is. Alrighty, Coach Steve Money. I'm a Ramsey Solutions certified financial coach, not just some Yahoo running his mouth here, repeating what he's heard on the show. But also, I have a certificate. Trust me, I do. And you can schedule a free financial coaching consultation assessment with me at calendly.com/coachstevemoney. And you can, that is a video conference appointment, so you can do that from anywhere in the world, even from the lobby of Ramsey Solutions if you want. You can email me about coaching or anything on my YouTube channel, coachstevemoney@gmail.com. Channel donations going to go to paypal.me/coachstevemoney. Also, Cash App, $Coach Steve Money, or Walmart gift card so I can get another controller. I already just got a brand new one, so don't need that. Walmart gift card to coachstevemoney@gmail.com. And of course, you can do super chats on live videos. You can do super thanks on unlive videos, like just regular pre-recorded videos. You can do that. You can have me on the gram at Coach Steve Money. Of course, the YouTube channel is youtube.com/coachstevemoney. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing, liking, and commenting, and I appreciate it very, very much. And I will see you next time. Probably gotta record a video. I might do some Tomb Raider tonight even. Maybe finish up with that Tomb Raider Anniversary game from 2008. All right. And of course, like we always say here, make smart decisions, smart financial decisions every day.